Hello and welcome everyone, my name is Fleur, and today in the Yin Yang flow we're going to work into opening the hips, so in all directions, not just the external rotations, but we're also going to deflection, extension, outward and inward rotation. So let's see how much I get done in this 30 minutes. Just start by standing, bringing your feet hip width apart, and spread your toes by lifting the toes up from the mat and then spreading on the mat like a fan. And from here, bring your weight slightly back into your heels. Let your arms rest by your side. And then think of sinking your pelvis slightly down. So just softening the back of your body. And then soften your ribs down. So you're not pushing up the chest, but you're also not collapsing. So nice and tall. Think of leaning against the wall. Lengthen your back of your neck. Draw the chin slightly in. And when you're ready, just close your eyes and take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale if you like, sigh it out. Arrive in your space that you're practicing with today. Another deep breath in and exhale, sighing it out. And then close your mouth and then feel the breath. So just continue breathing in and out slowly. And if you can, start to activate your Ujjayi breath. So the soft hissing sound at the back of the throat, which sounds a bit like the sound of ha, H-A, as if you're making the sound ha, but with your mouth closed. Very soft, very gentle, just like sighing. Let this be your guide today. So once you have this sound, it doesn't have to be very loud. Just let it be your soft, soothing guide for your practice today. And then bringing the hands to the heart center if you like. Set an intention for your practice. Lift the heart up to the thumbs. Take another deep breath in. And exhale. Just sighing it out. Let's start with lifting up the arms. Take a deep breath in, lift the arms up. And then take hold of your right wrist and just take a little side stretch. Drawing the hips a little to the side, lean over and just pull gently on your wrist. Not too intense, just a little stretch. Think of opening the hip space, lifting the skin away from the hip bones. Press evenly into your feet. And then exhaling, bend your knees, fold forwards all the way over your knees and just hang there for a moment. Taking a little rock maybe in the upper body, shake the head out. And then start to press into the heels and roll yourself back up to standing. Nice and slowly. Let's do the other side, lift up the arms, hold the other wrist and palm facing down, lean over, take a little side bend. Just easy, not too intense. Think of again lifting the skin away from the hips. Widen the breath into the rib cage. And bending the knees on your exhale again, folding forwards. And take a little wriggle in the upper body. If you like, hold your elbows and just rock a little side to side. Maybe shake out the head. Notice a hamstring stretch. And then from here, maybe turn sideways, bring the hands onto the floor and step your left leg back. So your right leg is forward. And then from here, press into the feet, draw your navel slightly in, and either bring the hands onto your knees or just lift up the arms, finding your balance in your high lunge. Good. Lift up through the arms, look forward, draw the navel a bit in. Spread your front toes on the mat and keep your back heel nice and high. So you're activating through the front of your left hip. Take a breath in on your exhale, bring the hands back down nice and slowly. So you press down onto the right foot and then step yourself back into a high plank. Open the chest forward. As you exhale, either bend your elbows or bring your knees down, keeping the hips high. Lower yourself onto your belly. Roll yourself forward, open the chest into a low cobra with your elbows bent, shoulders down, or you can come a little higher, opening the chest. Exhale, push the hips back and down into a downward dog. Walk out through the heels, pressing the front of the mat forward and away, and then walk your feet slowly forward to the front, and hang forward again for a moment, and then press again into the feet. Roll yourself up to standing. Take a breath and lift the arms up. And then folding back down, draw the hips back. Head towards the shins. This time, step your right foot back even. Find first of all the good position for your feet. So left foot strong, the floor, right leg back. Press into the floor as you lift your arms up. Take a breath in here. Again, think of sinking tailbone slightly down, engage your core, look forward, reach your arms up. Nice and strong in the back leg, chest open, ribs drawn in, so engage the core, so you're not just pushing the chest out. You reach arms high, and then bring the hands back down. Step yourself back into a high plank, open the chest. As you exhale, bend the elbows with the knees down or without. And then roll yourself again, either on the belly, or if you like, into an upward dog. Opening the chest, keep the thighs off the mat, roll the shoulders back, strong in the arms, and exhale back into downward dog. And then just walk again out through the heels. From here, bring the big toes together, touching, lift up your right leg into the sky, bend your right knee, press the floor away with your hands, lift the knee high and think of stacking your right hip over your left. As you exhale, bring the knee forward, step the foot between your hands, bring your left heel down, and then windmill your arms open into a warrior two. Oof, there we go. Arms nice and wide. Align your right heel with the arch of your left foot, and try to keep the right knee over the right ankle. Then draw your hips down, draw the knee out to the side as if you're rotating the knee out. Look over your right middle finger and breathe here. Feel the strength of your legs. Stretch your arms either side, nice and long. Each exhale, feel that your legs are strongly holding your body. But relax the shoulders down, keeping your neck nice and long. And then bring your right elbow down towards the right thigh. Bring the left hand behind your back. And see if you can reach for your right thigh. So you're rotating the chest upwards. If that feels uncomfortable, bring the hand behind your back. Think of tucking the tailbone slightly under and then rotate the chest up. Stay strong on your right foot, so press down into the right heel. Keep the neck long. And once you feel strong in this position, then reach your left arm up. Finding that long line from your left outside of the foot to the left little finger. And if you're comfortable, see if you can bring the right hand inside of your ankle on fingertips, maybe on a block or book or even the hand, but try and avoid keeping the hips up. So if that's the case, just come higher. Take a long breath in. And as you exhale, come back up. Push the floor away. Straighten both legs for a moment. Move your back foot a little bit in and then hinging from the hip. Lengthen through the arms. Activate the legs. So press down on the front foot. Bring the hand down to the shin. Rotate the chest up. Trikonasana, triangle pose. So tendencies here that you sort of try and keep both hips forward. Draw that right hip inwards. Lengthen through the arms. Keep the weight slightly, light in your right hand. And I'm aware I'm mirroring you, so you have to do it the other way. And then look down towards the floor. Bend your right knee again. Come to the floor. Bring your left knee down to the floor. Untuck the back toes. Reach your arms up. Take a breath in here. And again, feel if you can soften the hips forward. Now again, tuck the tailbone a little bit. Feel you're opening the front of the left hip flexor. And if it's comfortable, bring your hands behind your back. Think of pressing the fingers slightly into the lower back, just beneath sort of the hips, into the sacrum. Draw the elbows back and see if it feels okay to lift the heart. Take long breaths. If you feel your breath is getting like slightly panty, just take it a little easier. There's no need to rush this. Make sure the knee is okay on the floor. And then a particular favorite of mine, come back up, bringing your left hand down to the floor. And you can either stay here, or if it feels alright, roll over your left leg, left knee. Can't talk today. Reach for your right hand. Reach your right hand for the left foot. Okay, and then see if you can soften. It's getting worse. Soften the hips down towards the floor. You might be here. You might take little gentle releases with each exhale, but try not to force it. So if you feel like you're really struggling to get the back foot, check in with yourself if this is actually serving you or if you're just trying to push it. So it's absolutely fine to just stay here and just soften with the hips. Moving towards the floor in your own time. And then lengthen the front leg. Take a little hamstring stretch over the right leg. If you want to, you can use blocks framing your leg. You can bring the fingertips to the floor. And take a little release in the upper body. And slowly come back up, step forward, tuck the back toes under, and then from here, little standing splits, transfer the weight, lean forward with the hands on the floor, fingertips on the block, lift up the back leg, point the toes, and draw yourself down towards your leg. And let's come back, step yourself back into a downward dog, or if you like, into a vinyasa. And walk out through the heels, take a little walk, feel how the right leg and how the left leg feel. And let's come to a little break, bring your knees down, open the knees wide as your mat, sit back onto your heels, and then let the forehead rest on your hands. Before we do the other side, so just to take a little breather and connect again to the breath, checking in if you've lost the breath. Can you again find that soft hissing sound? Check in with the body. And let's come back up, press the floor away. Come to downward dog, tuck the toes, hips go back and up. And bringing the big toes together, touching. And then lift the left leg up into the sky. Bend your left knee, press the heels of the hands into the floor, spread the fingers, squeeze the left heel towards the right buttock. Think of opening the hip as you stack the left hip over the right. And then step the left foot forward between your hands. Windmill the arms open into a warrior two. I'll face my back to you. In fact, I can turn around. Here we go. Open your arms again. Find the alignment. Left heel in line with the right arch of your foot. Draw your shoulders down. Keep the arms long. Really strong arms. You feel like you're not rigid. You're not pushing anything away, but you're feeling like they're expanding. There's space. The chest is drawing forwards and is open. And from here, elbow to the thigh. Start with that. This is already nice. Press down the heel and then bring the hand behind your back, either for your thigh, so you can get the fingers of the thigh. Make sure the knee doesn't fall inwards, so you're keeping it pulling to the left side, or hand on the lower back, and then rotate the chest upwards. Tilt your tailbone a little down to the floor. Make the neck nice and long. And then once you've got the position that feels like, yeah, this is strong, I can hold this, you can reach your arm up, stretch to the arm, look up to the palm. You can stay there, or you can bring your hands to the floor. Finding that long line from the outside of the right foot to the fingertips. Breathe in. And as you exhale, push yourself back up, straighten the front leg. Make the stance a little bit shorter. hinging from the left hip now, and bring the hand down towards the shin, the ankle or the block, whatever works. Keep the legs active, and then find this long line from your left hand to the right. Look up to the hand, so try not to push the arm too far back, and then lift the chest up towards your right thumb. Think of lengthening the left ribs away from the left hip, and drawing the right right ribs towards the right hip. Today is a muddle talk day. Sorry. And release by looking down to your foot, bending your left knee again, bringing the hands to the floor. Lift the back heel, bring the right knee to the floor, untuck the back toes, and then lift up the arms into your nice stretch for the right thigh. Keep slightly tucking the tailbone. So if you can lean back, or you can just reach the arms up. And then bring the hands behind your back if that felt good the first time. Think of tilting tailbone slightly down, and then opening the chest as the right knee draws slightly forwards. And then find the breath, check in if it's still even. You might be getting warm, or the heart might be a little up, but we want to try to keep the breath really nice and steady. Now because I'm talking while I'm doing this, my breath is not so steady. And slowly release. So coming again to the variation that worked for you. So you can bring the right hand down inside of the left foot, or if it felt okay, you can try and reach for your right foot with the left hand, maybe releasing a little bit through the hip and then softening forward. Each time you soften a little bit more, but only within the range that feels good for you. Find deep breathing that helps you release. And coming out of the pose, bring the back leg back, straighten your front leg, roll the hips back, frame your front foot, you can flex the foot up and draw your chest towards your left shin. Again, you can take gentle pulses if this feels good. And let's release this by coming forward. Shift the weight forward with the hands, and then lift up your back leg into your standing splits. Lift up the back leg, point the toes. You can hold the left ankle to pull yourself down to the leg. And let's come back, stepping back either into a half vinyasa, so into your high plank, and then chaturanga, upward dog, downward dog, or just come into downward dog. Walk out a little bit through the heels and just see if this feels a little bit easier, a little bit softer. And then let's come onto our hands and knees. Open the knees again a bit wider. Sit back onto your heels, and then reach the arms forward and rest your forehead on the hands or on the floor if that feels okay. And let's come now to the calmer part, to the bit where we just soften and release. And then walking your hands back towards your shoulders, push the floor away. And let's come first of all to a seated position. And we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. You can sit on something like a little pillow or a block if you like. You can bring the feet quite close if that feels okay. If your knees are quite high up, I would suggest just bringing the legs a little bit further forward. Just where it feels nice, and then just start to soften forward. So after a little bit of yang, after a little bit of energy of activating the muscles, let's now find some time to release into the body. So no more trying to get somewhere. We can now switch off the muscles and just let the weight do the work. So the weight of our head, the weight of our shoulders are softening our body forwards. And here's where you become curious about the sensations in your body in a slower way. So ideally in our practice of yoga, our awareness is switched on throughout the whole practice, so that we then can take it into the real world, so that we are fully aware of what's happening. And in the slower part, sometimes the mind wanders off and goes into a dream state or into thoughts of, ticking boxes or memories. So bring your awareness to the sensations in your body. Where do you feel this pose? And if you don't feel it that intensely, can you find the subtle sensations? Can you find how the breath is moving you? Because we're always moving, even if we're standing or lying still. There's always a little bit of movement going on, due to the breath expanding the body and then releasing. Where can you feel as the body holding on? Or is it you holding on? And can you let go? And will you let go? And when? And then take another deep breath in and sigh it out. And then roll yourself up. Take your time. Let's come from here into opening the legs wide. If you have quite tight hamstrings, you can keep the knees bent and hold your ankles so that you have a little bit of a forward fold. If you're comfortable with the legs straight, you can bring the hands into the middle. Now avoid the position of doing this, trying to reach forward. If that's the case, please either sit on something high or just bend the knees so you have a bit of, letting go into the chest. Sometimes I see that people then flex the feet. So again, let the feet be floppy. And then when you find this position that's right for you, come to where you first feel it. Now I have a sort of this advantage that I am currently producing relaxant, so my body's even more relaxed. So go with what's working for you. Soften your gaze or close your eyes and be in the body. Notice what is going on in yourself. And can you just be with it and welcome it all in? Can you notice any struggle? And if you find that, can you ease the struggle by just taking it back a bit, so you don't have to struggle. It doesn't have to be any drama. It doesn't have to be so intense. And notice what that does when you do it. When you take it a little bit back. And then take again a breath in, exhaling, sighing it out, and walk yourself back up. If you had your knees bent, you might like to stretch them out for a moment. Just give the legs a little shake. And then bring the hands behind you and just bend one knee and then the other. Let's take a little counter pose, so just pushing up through the hips, maybe opening the chest, squeezing the glutes a bit. And then coming back down, hips down. Good. And now, if you have a pillow or cushion at hand, you just have to move over there to get it. Anything, could be something. Okay. Just bring your hips over the pillow or cushion. If you don't have anything at hand, you can just bring the hands underneath your hips and just see if you want to lift up the legs and just let them float there for a moment. If you have the pillow, you can just have the arms by the side. Let them float. Close your eyes. Think of the spine lengthening. If it's too uncomfortable, if you've got tight hamstrings, you can also just bend the knees slightly and just maybe hold the side of the ankles or the side of the feet. Different pose, but it should be comfortable for you. Or you can have the legs up a wall. If you're near a wall, connect to the breath. Connect to what is present in you now. The more we become aware of our thoughts, the more we are able to catch the negative belief systems. See them as just thoughts and let them go. And when you're ready, just bend one knee and the other into your chest, and you can give yourself a little hug. And if you are on a pillow or a roll of towel, just bring the feet down, lift the hips and roll yourself slowly onto the floor. If you like, you have a blanket, you can place it over you. And stretch your legs away from you, open your arms to the side and give your legs a little shake. Wriggle your chest a bit, lift your chest a little bit up so the shoulder blades can lie flat on the floor. And then close your eyes and take a breath in, a lovely full deep breath. And welcome yourself now into the relaxation. Welcome yourself in. Welcome the weight of your body. Imagine that the earth is taking all the weight of your body like a warm embrace. So you can just let go. You can just let the breath flow in and out, and the weight of your body is being taken by the earth. And in this moment, all is well. All is just as it should be. Everything you're experiencing is just right for you this moment. You're in control, so at any time you can change, you can open your eyes or move. But you can also just allow yourself to just become really soft and really relaxed. Gently letting the air, the flow of air, relax your body further and further. And your body is in the right place, and all is well. Just a few more moments. And then taking a deep breath in, feel the air move into your belly, into your heart, and then a big sigh out. And then start to move your fingers and your toes. And if you like, stretch out the arms or hug your knees into your chest. And then you can roll yourself either up and down the spine or bring the hands underneath the knees, or you can roll over to one side, lie there for a moment. And when you're ready, you can press the floor away, push the floor down as you come up. And then come to the seated position. Try and avoid unnecessary movement, so just move from lying down to seated. And sit. And breathe. And just be you. Breathe and be. And then bring the hands to the heart center. Remind yourself of your intention, lifting the heart to the hands. Take something from the practice that served you today, maybe something you noticed, something that gave you strength or made you feel good, maybe something you noticed in your thoughts, so that you can cultivate this awareness and reflect, and let's close the space with a mantra on, taking a deep breath in. And then sigh out and leave what doesn't serve you. And then let's close the space, taking a breath in. Namaste everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a lovely rest of the day. Please check out any other videos on this channel. I also have my own channel called Fleur Yoga and Pilates. It would be lovely to see you there. And if you have any questions, comment or message me on social media. Thank you so much everyone. Bye.